Dear students, I am Bharat Kashyap, lecturer biology at GSSS Majhwar district Mandi. Today I am going to teach you ninth chapter of biology biomolecules, and today's topic is analyze chemical composition biomicromolecules. Biomolecules. A cell is composed of variety of molecules like carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, which perform various functions. Other than these basic elements, some metals and nonmetals are also present as cellular materials. All these materials combine in different ways to form various biomolecules, which are found in cells of organisms. These molecules are not living but perform various living functions. Thus, biomolecules are the organic substances, for example, carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, that play a major role in the structure and function of living organisms. Water is also an important and most abundant chemical compound present in the body of living organisms. Chemical analysis of living tissue. It is done to analyze the chemical composition of any organic compound in a living organism. As organic compounds play a major role, it is essential to have a knowledge of their molecular formula and structure. This can be easily predicted out by performing following experiment. The steps are: weight of a living tissue is taken. The tissue may be a piece of liver, fruit, vegetable, etc. This tissue is then grinded in trichloroacetic acid with the help of pestle and mortar. The thick slurry obtained is then filtered through a cheesecloth or cotton. This will generate two fractions of solution. First fraction is the filtrate or the acid soluble fraction. It has small size molecules called micromolecules and have molecular mass between 18 to 800 daltons. The other fraction is retentate or the acid insoluble fraction. It contains large size molecules called macromolecules and have molecular mass greater than 800 daltons. The extract can then be subjected to numerous separation techniques in order to obtain the desirable compound from all other components. By successfully performing all the above steps, we can get an idea of the molecular formula and the probable structure of the compound. All the carbon compounds that we get from living tissues are called biomolecules. Now let us understand the method of chemical analysis with the help of this picture. We take living tissue, it may be a vegetable or a piece of liver. Now grind it in trichloroacetic acid in a mortar and pestle. Now thick slurry is obtained. Strain this through a cheesecloth or a cotton. We obtain a filtrate which contain acid soluble pool and the retentate which remain above and not filtered. It is the acid insoluble fraction. Now the filtrate, as it contain the compound or the molecule which have small in size and have molecular weight 18 to 800 daltons. These are called biomicromolecules. Thus, these contain simple sugars, amino acids, fatty acids, nucleosides, whereas the retentate, it contains the molecules which have larger in size and molecular weight greater than 800 daltons. These are called biomacromolecules. These include polysaccharides, proteins, nucleic acids, fats, or lipid molecules. Now let us study ash analysis for inorganic compounds using a destructive method. Ash analysis is done to analyze the chemical composition of different inorganic compounds and elements by following way. First of all, a small amount of a living tissue is taken, which is oven dried till all the water evaporates. This gives the dry weight. After this, tissue is burnt completely, which results in the formation of ash. Thus, ash formed contains inorganic elements. These elements may be sodium ion, potassium ion, calcium ion, magnesium ion, water, and compounds like sodium chloride, calcium carbonate, phosphate ion, sulfate ion. So, these are the different inorganic compounds which remain in the ash. Now let us understand ash analysis by destructive method with the help of this diagram. Living tissue is taken, it is dried, all the water evaporates. Now the remaining material gives dry weight. Now burn the tissue. All the carbon compounds are oxidized to gaseous form and CO2 and water are formed which are removed. Now the remaining is called ash. This ash contains inorganic elements like calcium, magnesium, sulfate, phosphate. Now, biomicromolecules. Biomicromolecules are small in size. They have low molecular weight. They are highly soluble and simple molecules. These may include the inorganic compounds such as water, mineral salts, various gases, whereas the organic compounds such as sugars, amino acids, and nucleotides. The lipids occur as an insoluble fraction of filtrate and found in cell membrane as vesicles separated as an insoluble pool. Various types of micromolecules are as follows. First one is carbohydrates. These are hydrates of carbon made up of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. These are polyhydroxyaldehydes and ketones. Carbohydrates are also known as saccharides, which means sugar, because their major constituents are sugars. These are the first products of photosynthesis, form up to 80% of dry weight of plant. These are of three types: monosaccharides, oligosaccharides, both are studied in micromolecules, whereas polysaccharides are macromolecules. First type of carbohydrates are monosaccharides. These are simplest carbohydrates which cannot be hydrolyzed further into smaller components. These are generally composed of 3 to 7 carbon atoms per molecule. Monosaccharides are also known as reducing sugars because they have a free aldehydic or ketonic group. For example, ribose, glucose, erythrose, etc. You can look into the diagram. These are the glucose and ribose, hexagonal glucose molecule, whereas pentagonal ribose sugar molecule. Now, oligosaccharides. These are formed by condensation of 2 to 6 monosaccharide molecules. When two monosaccharide units are joined by oxygen atom due to loss of water molecule, that linkage is called a glycosidic linkage. First are disaccharides. These are the sugar containing two monomeric units. For example, sucrose, maltose, lactose. So let us see here glycosidic linkage. These are two monosaccharide subunits, and this is a removal of water. Condensation process takes place here, and oxygen joined to monomers. This is called glycosidic linkage. And now the important disaccharides which we use in food are sucrose. It is made up of one glucose and fructose molecules. Then lactose, it is made up of galactose and glucose subunits, whereas maltose made up of two glucose units. Now trisaccharides, these contain three monomers or sugar molecules, for example raffinose. Then tetrasaccharides, these contain four monomers or sugar molecules, for example stachyose sugar. With this we come to close of today's video. We will do remaining micromolecules in our next video. Thanks for watching.